Welcome everyone back to ExtraTime Uncensored. Glad to see you back. I'm ImJonyp, and I'll be your host for today. With me, as always, our BSUI, our director, and Stlino, our cameraman. I want to thank Tarragona for letting us use their beautiful space. And with that out of the way, it's time for European Week. The CDC Champions Cup and CDE Europa Cup official news anchor. 12 games total, 8 from the CDC and 4 from the CDE. Starting straight from there, opening the CDE was Bedford's 4-1 win against CD Bar. Both sides always questioned by people, and Bedford proving to be the stronger of the two. With his brace and assists, Sam Fox was sure to take the man of the match home, with Discovery in Peter Souls also increasing the counter, while Bari only got Killian's compensation goal. Next up, it was Clermont against Porteclair, where despite being out of form from what they were, Porteclair managed to secure a 2-1 win, with Codino and Robloxian being the stars in their starting 7. With Codino scoring and Robloxian assisting, they respectively got man of the match and first mention. Clermont left unhappy with spiking Siem's goals, still failing to get a victory since the start of Season 2. Next up is Hastings vs Bayernstadt, where in a tough match, about that, while we were recording, it was revealed by our FL staff that a Bayernstadt player, Nico Epics, was, quote-unquote, confirmed to be exploiting, sharing RF scripts, and trying them. Therefore, not only do Hastings walk away with 3 points for the CDE, Nordmeer also get the 3 points they lost on the match against them, of which I spoke about in the previous episode. And as the final CDE game, we have Capitales' 5-2 win against Gijon, where in the 7 goals scored, Capitales scored 6, hat-trick from Rodrigo, the same number in assists being matched by Paulo, 1 from Bingy Tiny, and 2 from Qfent, 1 is in his own net. Despite this, he still got the second mention, with Paulo getting the first and Rodrigo the man of the match, while Gijon's only goal from their player was "Don't Stay Woke." And along comes the CDC. The top 4 rated in all leagues battling it out for the title of the best team in Europe. 8 exciting games come out of here every game week during the group stages. For the first week, we started with an FFT from Murcia against Verdelac. Great opener game, a lot of action. The first match I actually played in the CDC in this game week was Elberstadt against Grobstadt. Who else to start the game but Ronaldo? 2 goals and 1 assist from him, and he guaranteed the man of the match for himself, while Vapatis also scored and assisted, along with Christoforos managing an assist. In Shambles, Grobstadt only managed the compensation goal, scored by LHS and Sanko. Following through was Reckitt being crucial for Wakefield, as he scored the 2 goals against Spezia to win the match, and who else to get the man of the match better than him, after he fought for his team like no one else. After Spezia's recent performances, and despite a hard-fought battle, this result wasn't expected. Is it their nerves for Europe? Might they be inconsistent? Only time can tell. Next up, Season 1 RFL door winner, tearing through Nordmeer as they fought hard to win, but just couldn't. Local Supply, now playing for Montevideo, got the man of the match to sheer skill and quality, with Kulusevski also scoring over assisting, and despite clinicality into Rennie's attempts, it was inevitable. Montevideo left the pitch with a 3-2 victory and 3 points for themselves. Now here's good news for Gruntal fans. Despite a shocking loss against a new team, Gruntal seemed to have corrected themselves, as they won 2-1 against Stafford. Despite controlling the game and an absolute banger from Provito, the German team managed to get 2 back-to-back, with Plaza Alternative and Aristeum being crucial for such. Despite everything, and including Plaza's man of the match, fans were still a bit unhappy with the performance, not liking how much they weren't in control of the game. Now getting to the even bigger teams, Romford beat French League winners Palmont in a close game. Trainer Tsunami had the time of his life. With nerves and grit, Trainer took the man of the match home, taking off a Christian chance and scoring for Palmont. With Crotchley and Katewes assisting Trainer's goals, the team were more than happy to win this fight, leaving with 3 points for the group stage, and glad to know they were able to beat a French giant like this one. And if we're going to talk about big games, then we have to talk about the most anticipated of them all, especially with both the teams' recent performances. Fortaleza's tight draw against Rome. We have waited long, and they did not disappoint. A game of quality, expertise, and pure football was played. Also, let's not forget to talk about Mes. Retired, came back, and scoring like it's a walk in the park. With the help of Stlino and Bayron, he made sure Rome were getting the goals past Saitama. But when Rome asked, Fortaleza answered. And the ones to write the answer were Puppy Lover and Zakaria. With Chao assisting, this match was nothing short of extraordinary, handing to both the teams 1 point as they continue fighting to win the CDC. And last, but definitely not least, was Tarragona's massive win against Milano. 1 goal from Opro, another from Barcelona Gaffer. 1 assisted by Loktaragar, and the other by the man himself standing beside me, Sean. Sean, how are we doing today?
Doing great. How about yourself?
I'm doing great. Thank you for doing this interview with us for ExtraTime Uncensored.
Yep, no problem.
And now, I'm just going to go straight forwards into the question. Sean, nobody expected the performance that you had. You just beat the favorites to win the entire CDC. Was this nomination ever part of the plan, or did you all surprise yourselves too?
I think it was a bit of both, to be honest with you. I knew that we were going to put up a game. I knew that it was going to be somewhat close. But as far as the result, I wasn't really planning on anything in particular. I wasn't planning on a win. I wasn't planning on a loss. I wasn't planning on a draw. So I mean, whatever happened in the day, that's kind of how I felt. I knew there was a decent chance. There's always going to be, I think, in my opinion, every single game isn't 100% guaranteed. That's my ideology with going into games. That's just as a manager perspective. Obviously, I won't tell my team that you're gonna have this chance of winning or whatever, because it just messes with their head. But in my opinion, nothing's 100%. Nothing's guaranteed. You got to play for it, and I think during that game we played for it and came out with a dub.
You spoke about your own opinion. Now I want to talk about you individually. You got an assist and the man of the match. How would you rate your own performance in the game? Were you happy? Were you sad? Could you have done more?
I definitely could have scored. I will say that. Definitely should have scored. I hold my standards up high for myself. I definitely could have scored. I had many opportunities, but at least the team got the dub, so that's all that matters. I could care less about myself. I care about more the team than myself.
Do you think, now talking more about the team, like you said, do you think this win shifts the power dynamic in the CDC? Do you think Tarragona are now one of the real favorites to win it?
I've always seen ourselves as being one of the favorites, regardless of what someone says. I know more about my team than anybody else does. So I think we're gonna put up a great fight, and yeah.
Now, I was talking to some people in RFL, and they were discussing this with me. Breaking is widely regarded as one of the top strikers, one of the top players in the whole league, in the whole Real Futbol League. But that day, he was completely neutralized. Who do you think deserves the credits for shutting him down on the game?
Definitely, we call him Mono, but MKXUA is his username. I think Mono was a big factor of that game, and then whenever he wasn't in the box for defending, we had Lokhtar up in there as our UK EU guy to help out defend, as well as he's playing CDM. So those guys and everybody else in the back line did perfect at doing that. He wasn't, during the game, he wasn't sectioned off to the left or to the right, so it was a overall effort between the defense. So I think everybody gets a recognition for that.
What team do you want to face next? Who are you dying to play in the knockout stages? Who are you dying to play in general in this competition?
Well, it's a great question. I'm not too sure, to be honest with you. Group C, I want to play against Rome. I think Rome would be the number one. I think that would be a really good matchup that, I don't know, only the NA people would understand it. But if it was broadcasted, I think Rome and us would be a really good match for everyone to watch.
That would definitely be one of the highlights of the league entirely, because with the form that Rome have right now.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. And I just want to play against Mez and Insanity, my Mexican brothers over there.
Exactly, could be the final.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, Sean, it's been a pleasure having you today. Thank you for coming out here, out of your way to answer our questions. It's been a pleasure, and I'll see you next time.
Yep, thank you for inviting me.